Another past failures was focusing on results, production volume, productivity. Okay, go faster, work harder, go faster, work harder.
Focusing on production volume. This actually happened in many places. You have to be very careful of this.
More past failures, strong arm tactics.
The management would say, you need to have a 1-second reduction in tack time.
You said that all these outcomes would happen by default if you focused on quality and training people. And you said these outcomes were the shadow of quality, the shadow.
If something happens, it is okay for the Gemba people to stop the line, even if it affected the tack time. Stop the line. Fix the problem. It was very difficult for the Gemba people to understand. It took a lot of training to get them to believe and understand because they were so focused on being busy and producing.
Because by stopping the line, you solve the problems, and in solving the problems, you actually make the line go faster.
Yes, when you fix everything, you make the production smooth, and that actually increases productivity.
Right, so the increased productivity is a shadow of focusing on quality and fixing the problems, which I've never heard this word shadow used. These are shadow results of doing the right thing.
This was a problem with Ono-san. He forcibly reduced the head count, and that did not work.
Right.
So reducing the head count does not work.
But it was not effective.
People would get very upset. And when you have people who doesn't want to work with you, then you have a problem.
So it's not a good practice. And you were saying that Ono did that sometimes?
Yes, he did it. And look at what happened.
Did he learn from that?
There was one group that said, we don't like this. We're going to leave this company. We're going to quit.
You gotta quit this company, right.
It was crazy to watch what happened.
You know, it's funny. This is the same thing that happened with me and Bob Taylor. I tell the story when I was very young. I was put in charge of Taylor Guitars, and I was the youngest guy and kind of telling everybody, go faster, you're not doing good enough. And Bob pulled me aside and said, Paul, slow down, man. You got to get people to work with you. So just like AJ said to Ono, wow, interesting. Again, I didn't know. Fascinating.
The important thing to learn from Ono's experience is when you want to change the Gemba, you have to go slow. You cannot push the Gemba people too fast. Go slow and make these changes.
Your focus, you learned, was always about working with the Gemba people, finding out what their problems were, helping them, working with them, helping them improve, making their job easy. So not focusing on chasing results, but work with the Gemba people, and the results were the shadow of working with the Gemba people.
Also, I learned to talk to the Gemba people. I would tell them, this is my idea. What do you think of this? You communicate with the Gemba people. You build a relationship with them. Tell them your idea and ask them, what's their opinion?
Ah, I see. So you would make suggestions and say, ask them, what do you think about this idea? Rather than just force everything on them.
This is my vision. What do you think?
Right.
This is another true story. In the past, when I was working in the Gemba, there were people who throw bolts at me.
They threw bolts at you?
Yep, that's a true story. They did not like the management. It actually happened.
Everybody should be feeling pretty good right now, right? And the beautiful thing about, I always say people we bring to Japan, Japan's not perfect. It's just better than everyone else by a long shot, right? But they're not perfect, and we're not saying they're perfect, and we're not saying Toyota's perfect, but we are saying we can all learn volume from Toyota and the way the Japanese think. And that's really the essence of what we're doing.
During this time that the sales volume was increasing a lot, the assembly job was very hard. People had to work very hard. There was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I see. So the pressure was coming from everybody wanted Toyotas, sales volumes were going up, and assembly jobs are difficult. Interesting.
One more story. When I became the general manager, I hired 200 people and lost 100. I lost 100 people. Not good.
Past failures. Team members didn't understand the why.
There was poor communication and poor coordination.
And you made this a big point when we were talking to the Kazakhstan team the other day. Everyone must understand the vision and values of the company. You spent 40,000 hours training everyone in Georgetown on the vision and culture and values of the company. That's how important this alignment is. Trained over 6,000 people.
This actually happened in Georgetown. Georgetown had a big problem after it doubled in size.